We can start, Swamiji.
Pranam,
Yes,
Swamiji.
Namaste. Oh. Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam. Dear devotees, we had 3 classes on Dakshinamurti Stotra. First class we tried to discuss, or there was an introduction, and the second and the third class we had seen, or we tried to understand the first verse of the Dakshinamurti Stotra. There importantly 2 examples we were seeing. One is Darpana Nagari, that is the world which was reflected in the mirror. The other is Swapna Nagari. Swapna Nagari is our dream experience. So keeping the 4 things, starting from Adhishtanatva, 4 as a yardstick, we try to understand the eternality or the Sat part of the self, basically. So who am I? If you ask, we all say that I as the consciousness is the true, not the body and mind. So the Tvam portion we try to understand in the first verse. Now today we are going to understand the second verse. In the second verse, Tat Padartha Vichara has been done. Tat means that. It is a pronoun. It is a neutral gender. That means what? That can be anything. That means animal, world, thing, person, an incident, situation, feeling. So here, that refers to the Brahman or the Supreme Self. That is Parabrahma or Brahman. Now, I had given a simple introduction. How much ever we say, we are that Brahman, I am that Brahman, I am that existence, consciousness, bliss absolute. That is the Atman consciousness. I am the consciousness, not the matter. We also get the question, what about this world? The empirical universe, which we are experiencing every day. Whether Brahman is true or not, we don't know, but the world is very true for all of us. How much ever we study Vedanta, with all due respect and with faith, we feel maybe Upanishads are telling, but our experience gives a different picture. When I'm enjoying the ice cream, when someone says that it is mithya, we won't accept it, or we can't accept it. We don't bother even. So every empirical experience of the universe and its objects, it proves for us, at least at right now, is reality. Now, how did this world appear? Or how did this world came into existence? Who created this world? This is the age-old question, has been discussed in the philosophy. In the second verse also, that will be discussed. By discussing, they will be establishing the nature of the Supreme Self or Parabrahma. Now, if you see the Semitic religions, Islam and Christianity, they say that the God created the world. How? Bible says God created out of nothing, which is very difficult to understand, or according to the law of against law of conservation of energy or law of conservation of momentum. Now, if you see the Semitic religion, our dualistic religion, or dualistic faith, dualistic philosophy, like Dvaita, they also say God has created this world. Then when it comes to Vishishtadvaita, the qualified monoism, the Chit and Achit, they say. Chit is what? The sentient or the living beings or the which has got a life. Achit is what? Matter, insentient things are matter. The matter and the life, both are the product, a part of the God. From God, both have been emerged. Okay. And when it comes to Vaisheshikas, they give the atomic theory. The whole world is made up of atoms. So from the atoms, we got, the whole world has been created. And whether you need Ishvara or not, they don't really bother. So then when it comes to Sankhya and Yoga, the Purusha is the efficient cause, that is Nimitta Karana. Purusha means Atman, say we can say, and the Prakriti, by way from Prakriti, the whole world has been emerged. The Trigunatmika Prakriti, from Trigunas, the whole world has been emerged. So Prakriti is the root cause, as the source of creation, they say. And even the Sankhya, they deny the existence of Ishvara. We don't need God. Why? Purusha is there, Prakriti is there enough. For the creation, there is no need of Ishvara. Whereas the Sankhya, the Patanjali Yoga follows the Sankhya's theory of evolution, but they accept the Ishvara. Now, when it comes to Purva Mimamsa, that is Naya, that is Bhattar, Prabhakar and all, they say the world is real, eternal, and it is uncreated. And they also say that God is not the creator. Rather, world is, because it is neither created nor destroyed, it is eternal and it is uncreated. And to run the show, there is a law of karma. So there is no need of Ishvara for them also, interestingly. But one fine thing is, for all these people, the world is real. They are pluralistic, some are dualistic, but for all of them, the world is real. Source may be different, for them, the world is real. We Advaitins, actually, we are minorities. But though we don't have minority status, but we are minorities. In what sense? Advaitins alone say that the world is an appearance, world is not real. When we say world is an appearance, we should not mistake for it doesn't exist. That's what people say. Jagat mithya means it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Something exists, no doubt, but that existence, that something has been taken as something else. So that is what the Advaita Vedanta is trying to tell. So we are misconceiving the perception, consciousness to be the matter, to be the things. That is what we have to understand. For that simple example I will give, and I will go to the sloka. So according to the Advaita Vedantins, the Brahman is the efficient cause and the material cause also. Now, what is these two terms, efficient cause and material cause? Now, for example, you take the example of the part, mud part. Now, the mud part is the product, which is the effect. Then what is the cause of the product called part? We all know that the cause is what? The clay. So, the clay is what? The material cause. That is called Upadana Karana. Upadana Karana, or the material cause, is what? The clay. Now, without the help of the potter, this cannot be done. Now, the potter is what? The efficient cause, or the nimitta karana. So, material cause, efficient cause, upadana karana, or nimitta karana. So, here, the product or the effect called part, there are two causes. One is efficient cause, the other is material cause. Both are two different things. Now, same thing if you see the other philosophies also, similar thing. But whereas Advaita Vedantins say Brahman is the efficient and the material cause. So what is the material cause here? The Maya. And what is this Maya? It is the power of Brahman alone. So you cannot separate it, Brahman and plus Maya. Though we say Brahman plus Maya, Maya is inseparable from Brahman. So Maya is the material cause and the Brahman is the efficient cause. So the Brahman is the efficient and material cause of the universe, has been understood. Now, when we say the world is an appearance, what do we mean actually? How to understand that? So the consciousness has been perceived as the matter. The consciousness has been perceived as this world. For example, I will give. Now, this happened recently when few of the devotees had come. It was evening time. We were having our snacks. Then among the devotees, there were two doctors. One was allopathy doctor, the other is homeopathy, Ayurvedic doctor. The lady Ayurvedic doctor had brought the mango pearl for me. And it was shared with all the people who were there, and we were consuming. Then when young chap came, And we asked, oh, you want dokla and you want mango pulp? He said yes, and he started having it, enjoying it. Then regarding the discussion was on mango pulp, we were saying that mango pulp is good or etc. etc. Everyone were giving their opinions. Suddenly, this young chap started saying that, yes, it's all good, but what about the calories? Because I've heard mangoes shoot up the calories. And he questioned directly to the doctors, you, both of you being the doctors, mango pulp consists how many calories? Say, for an example, 50 ml of mango pulp, if I take, how much calories I will be getting it? Because I am concerned about my health. Now, we were all taken by the taste of the mango pulp, but he was looking into the mango pulp from the calories point of view. He may be enjoying the mango pulp just like any of us, more or less similar, but he was looking that from the point of calories. Now, if a botanist comes, he may be thinking or he may be trying to discuss and trying to analyze this mango pulp is made up of mango. Which mango probably? What type of mango? Whether it is a badam or alfonso or whatever. He will be thinking. This is all one side of story. The other is, now when I see a mango pulp, I have got some experience of a mango pulp. I have got some image, idea of a mango pulp. Then when I'm asked to write an essay, I will write. So other 4 or 5 people also have perceived the mango pulp. And if all of us were asked to write the essay, all of us we write. Though there will be differences, but there are similarities too. Now, mango pulp as seeing as a mango pulp, why? Because of our eyes. And our eyes have got some particular power. So particular frequency, only it can see, particular wavelength we can see. So if, for an example, for understanding sake or for discussion sake, by the nature or by the creation or by the God's will, our power of the eyes God's increased. So I can start seeing microscopic things. I can start seeing, perceiving from my naked eye atoms, or I can start perceiving even this 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, the radiations we see, that also can be perceived. That much power our eyes, which we don't have now, we got it. Now, with that power of the eye, when I see the mango pulp, do I think, or can we think, can we get assurance that we'll be having the same idea, similar knowledge about the mango pulp? No. Probably I will be seeing the mango pulp as so many atoms has been closely connected one after another. So all of our sense organs and the mind is giving the knowledge, no doubt, but it is giving the distorted image, or it is not giving the complete image. But we have taken for granted and we think the world is real. So the Advaita Vedanta says, Swami Vivekananda explains this beautifully in Jnana Yoga. Brahman has seen in the spectacles called time and space, that is what the world. So Brahman plus time and space or the mind is what the world actually. So for us, the world is an appearance means it doesn't mean that world doesn't exist at all. World exists. In what form actually? In the form of Brahman. But the Brahman has been mistaken for the world. Why? Because of our sense organs and because of the mind. So for the whole world, if it is an effect, for that there's an efficient cause, there is a material cause. So for the Advaita Vedantins, Brahman is the efficient cause as well as the material cause. By understanding this, they are trying to explain the what is Brahman or what is the Supreme Self. That is our intention. That you should be very clear. Now we will try to understand the second sloka. Now, there he gives a Swapnagari and Darpananagari in the, what do you say, earlier we saw. Now, here Bijasya Ankura he is taking, like seed and the sapling. So, seed and the sapling. Now, for example, people tree. We all know that. People tree, if you see the people tree, it is such a huge people tree. Okay, fine. Now, but the same people tree, how it came? It came only from the seed. We all know that. But when we hear this, the whole pupil tree has come from the seed, this tiny seed. If I say for a small child or a kid, then they will say, "Oh, Swamiji, please don't bluff us. Don't tell a lie." Such a huge pupil tree, how it can be emerged, how it can come from this small, tiny seed called pupil tree seed. Though it is an astonishment, it is like a miracle, but it is true, and we all know that. So keeping that in the mind, so I mean, this is the example they are taking, and they'll be explaining how this world has been emerged from the Brahman. How this world has been emerged from the Brahman has been told here. We will be discussing now. Bijasyantari vankuro jagaditam prang vikalpam punaha Maya kalpita desha kala kalana vaichitya chitrikrutam Mayaviva vijrumbayatyapi Mahayogiva yah svechaya Tasmai Shri Gurumurtaye Namaidam Shri Dakshinamurtaye. So let us try to understand now word by word, then I will start explaining. Bijasya antaha. Antaha means inside, bijasya inside the seed. Okay. Iva ankuraha, like the sprout. Jagadidam, Jagat idam Jagat. This entire universe, Prak Nirvikalpam Punaha. So Prak Nirvikalpam. So before the creation, how it was in the form of? It was in the form of undifferentiated, formless. Punaha. Again, this Punaha is a very important word. I will take afterwards. Maya Kalpita Desha Kala Kalana. The concept of space and time are created due to illusion, Maya. Vaichitra Chitrikrutam. This world is appearing as diverse and colorful projection, very colorful world. Mayavi Iva, just like a magician. Vijrumbayati api. It manifests in the grand manner. Mahayogi Iva. And this, who is this Dakshinamurti? Mahayogi and Mahagnani, Mayavi is a great magician and is like a great yogi. Yaha Svechaya. By his own will, this world has been created. Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namaidam Dakshinamurtaye. To that Guru in the form of, to that Guru in the form of, to that person in the form of Guru and in the form of Dakshinamurti, my salutations. This is the overall meaning. Now we will go to the deep analysis of the sloka. So now, the curd and the milk. So milk is the cause and the curd is the effect. Okay. So the pot and the clay. The pot is the effect and the clay is the source or the cause. So now the world is the effect and who is the cause? Some say atoms, some say Prakriti, some say God, and Advaita Vedanta also says that either Ishvara is the or Ishvara or Parabrahman. Ishvara means not the Shiva we worship. We had a Shivratri, not the Ishvara means Hiranyagarbha. Basically, it is a different technical term. So basically, here God or the Supreme Self. So if you take the world, the entire universe, the manifested universe as the effect, what is the cause? If you ask, that is what the Brahman, according to the Advaita Vedanta. Now this idea, how to understand? Bijasya antaha ankuraha iva. Bijasya antaha, inside the seed, ivas ankuraha. When you sow the seed, what happens? You sow the seed and you have prepared the ground, you sow the seed and you water it and all. In few days, maybe a day or 2 or 3 or 5 or 7 days, based on the nature of the seed or type of the seed, there will be sprout. Slowly, it breaks the ground and the 2 or 4 or 5, 6 small leaves will be there. A small growth will be there, ejection will be there. Sprout, which we all know that. Now the sprout comes from where? From the seed. Without the seed, no sprout can come. isn't it? Then you are watering it regularly, water is being provided, fertilizers is provided, sunlight is provided, oxygen or carbon dioxide is there. Then it has been protected by the animals and the people or whatever by building a fence. Then what happens? Slowly that sapling will be grown into plant. Then maybe in a year or two or in some time, it will be grown as a tree. And in the tree, what happens? It has got number of leaves. It has got a big trunk. It has got main branches. And it has got sub branches. Then based on the species, nature of the tree, it can have flowers, fruits. Then they can have seeds. And the seeds will be responsible for furthermore trees and all. Now there are seeds are there, flowers are there, fruits are there, main branches are there, sub branches are there, twigs are there, leaves are there, and one trunk is there, then roots are there. So many things. One tree, but there are so many things are there, isn't it? Now all that so many, whatever I am explaining, everything belongs to where? It belongs to the tree. Now I am seeing this, what do you say, variety in this universe, all that belongs to universe. That we all know that. Now that entire tree has been emerged from where? One tiny seed. That means, similarly, the whole world has been emerged from where, if you ask, it has been manifested, it has been projected by the Brahman, out of the Brahman. So, okay, now say for an example, the whole tree has been manifested from the seed, if you say, then this tree can be seed. If you dissect, even you dissect, and if you break it, and if you sizzle out, and using the advanced microscope, you try to examine the seed. Can you find the trace of the tree? Or can you even find the trace of the plant or the sapling? No. But it is true. We cannot find any least trace of the tree or the plant or the sapling in the seed, but it is possible. But we all know that it is our experience. When you sow the seed, slowly you will get a sapling, then a plant, then tree. That means the tree was in the form of potential, or in the form of unmanifested or undifferentiated. Unmanifested, you understand? Undifferentiated means like a trunk, branches, leaves, twigs, flowers, fruits, and all. Potential. So all these three words you understand. So the tree was in the form of unmanifested form in the seed, or it was in the form of undifferentiated, or it is in the potential form. Now you understand this. This is a simple example. It is our day-to-day example. Your experience, you understand. Now, Maya Kalpita Desha Kala Kalana. Now, similarly, the whole tree has been emerged from where? From the seed. Similarly, this whole world, the manifested universe, you can say stars, galaxies, solar systems, constellations, and this earth planet, water, minerals, and whatever you see, the entire manifested universe has been projected, has been manifested out of the Brahman. Just like the people tree has been manifested from the tiny people seed, from the seed, similarly the world has been manifested out of Brahman. How? Maya Kalpita. Maya is the power of the Brahman, which has got the two power. One is Avana Shakti, the other is Vikshepa Shakti. Here we will take Vikshepa Shakti. Vikshepa Shakti means the power of projection. So the Brahman, with its power of projection, it is projecting this entire universe. So that is called Maya. When it is used the same term at the level of individual, it is called Avidya. Why? Because for the Brahman, he is aware of the validity or the appearance of the world, but for us, it is true. Though it is an appearing, it is a projection, but we have taken it for true. That's why it is not the power, rather it is the ignorance, it is avidya. Okay, because of this Maya, the magical power or the power of projection, what happens? Kalpita Desha Kala Kalana. So the time and space has been kalpita, has been created. Again, created, we use it actually. But actually created means here it is manifested. So the Brahman has been projected as what? Has been projected as space and the time. So that means from space and time, everything has been emerged. We all know that. From space, Akashad Vayu, Vayu Agni, Agni Rapa, Apa Prithvi. We all know in Taittiriya Upanishad. From space, the entire four elements will come, all these things. So that has been told in the short form. Okay. Vaichitra Chitri Krutam. And from this Desha Kala, what happens? There's so many things comes out. And this world, which is appearing as colorful and diversified, projection has been formed from the Brahman through Maya Kalpita, Desha and Kala, space and time. Okay, so Brahman is manifested in the diverse forms. That's what we are understanding now. So diversified forms means what? Like for example, there are different objects. How can I say there are different objects? Based on the color. There are different objects. How? Based on the size. There are different objects based on the material. There are different objects based on species or based on beings, different beings based on species and all. Now, how this world is appearing different? How this world is appearing as diversified, if you ask, the Vedantic view is it is based on the spatial thing. It is a spatial and it is also time. Space and time are the two reasons by which the world is appearing as the diversified, they are telling. Now, how to understand? I will give simple example. Now, two people exist. I am seeing two people. There is a small river. So the east side of the river, for example, Rama is standing. Now the west side of the river bank, Krishna is standing. Now two people, why? Because one is pertaining to the east side of the river bank is staying, the other is staying on the west side of the bank. So based on the space, Desha Beda, Desha Nimitta Beda, based on the space reference, we can say that two people are standing. Okay. Now, myself and Rama and Krishna, all the three, we went back to house. Now, where is Rama, where is Krishna, where is Shantivratananda? All of them are in their respective houses. Now, fine. At given point of time, Rama is in the house. Then after some time, he gets a phone call, then he rushes back to office. So 10 minutes before he was in the house, and after 10 or 15 minutes, now he is in the office. Now here, two different places, but the same person. Rama only. Now at some time I'm referring the Rama with a particular space called house, and now I'm referring Rama with particular space called office. Same person, different place. Okay. Now different people, different time, different space can be there. And same person, same place, but different time can happen. Now Rama is working in the office. Okay. He was working in the office, then there was a power. Then after half an hour, 1 hour, power was shut down. There was a power break. When I asked Rama, when did this power go? Oh, just 5 minutes before. But when were you working? Since when you were working? From just 1 hour. Then during that time, was the power was there? Yes. But here Rama is the same person, same place, but different time. So the Rama who was working during the power time, when we had a power and when we had a power cut, two different, but we don't make a sense. Now the power, when there was a power, Rama was okay. When there was a power cut, someone attacked and Rama was wounded. Same person, same place, but different time. Again, contextually, we think, oh, Rama, when there was a power, he didn't had any problem. He was working. When there was a power shut, someone attacked him and he was wounded. Earlier, he was healthy person. Now he is a wounded person. We all use it, all these things. So same time, same place, same person, but different time, different objects. So this is what now, when it is respect to the space, there is called horizontal division. when there is with reference to time, when we speak of the divisions, that is called vertical division. Horizontal division and vertical division, X and Y graph we put, and we all do these maths problems in the graphical representations we know. So that's what the space-time is, the cause for the division or the multiplication or the multiple diversified universe. So who is the cause of this time and space? If you say Maya Kalpita Desha Kala, Maya Kalpita Desha Kala. Even this time and space has been manifested from where? From the Maya. Maya is what? It is the power of the Brahman. That means Maya Shakti, by which the whole space and time has been created, that is the power of the Brahman. That means, so from the Brahman alone, this whole world has been emerged, or it has been manifested, or it has been perceived. So Brahman plus space and time, or Brahman plus Maya. Maya is nothing but space and time. So Brahman plus space and time is what the world. Though the same idea has been beautifully explained by Swami Vivekananda in his Gnana Yoga lectures. Okay. Chitrikrutam Vaichitram. Chitrikrutam, multiplied. Different beings, different type of objects, etc., etc. Vaichitra. Vaichitra means variety, diversified forms. Okay. So Brahman is the material cause of the universe. Brahman is the material cause, and the efficient cause has been explained in these two lines. Now in the third lines, Brahman is the material cause, we came to know. Now Brahman is the efficient cause will be told in the third line. Now let us try to understand. Now, if you remember the Swapna Nagari Drishtanta, that is the example of dream experience. In the dream, I am experiencing that I am traveling in the US or maybe in India. I went to Kumbh Mela and I had a holy dip. And it was, since it was January, February, it was cold, it was chill, and I was shivering. And I went rushed. I felt happy. At the same time, I was feeling cold. I went and I dried myself, and I saw so many monks and huge crowd, and I had to stand in a big queue, all that. Then alarm rang and my sleep broke. Now, just before experiencing this of Kumbh Mela, or before going to the last night's sleep, and now I'm in the same place, but only I had an experience of Kumbh Mela. Now, the experiencer, who experienced the Kumbh Mela, is experiencer. Now, experienced, the content of, the object of the experience. I experienced the Kumbh Mela. So that experienced is what? Kumbh Mela. Okay, the experience. Experiencer, experience, and experienced. All these three roles were played by one thing, that is what? The mind, which we all know that. So similarly, the Brahman, so for example, God has created the world using the atoms. That means efficient cause and the material cause, these are two different things. So efficient cause is God and the material cause is what? Atoms. Now for Advaita Vedantists, the efficient cause and the material cause, Upadana Karana, Nimitta Karana, both are the Brahman only. Now, the material cause we understood. What is the material cause? Maya. Because of the Maya, Deshakala comes. From the Deshakala, this universe has been projected. So we got the material universe. Then what about the efficient cause, Nimitta Karana? So that we has been explained in the third line. Yaha svechaya vijrumbayati api. Yaha means the same Brahman. Who is that the same Brahman? Svaichaya, by his mere will, by his mere wish, vijrumbayati. Vijrumbayati means he is manifesting in the form of universe. I mean, in the normal lay language, if you want me to say, he has created this universe. Now, just the potter creates the pot by the help of clay. Now, I prepare the butter with the help of yogurt, and I prepared the yogurt or the curds with the help of milk. So I am different, and the milk and the curd is different. But whereas here, the Brahman is the efficient cause and also the material cause. That's what Upanishad says. Tat sruštva tadevanupravishat. He created this universe and he entered into that. Means in a symbolic way they are telling. So the Brahman is the efficient cause and as well as the material cause. So Svechaya, by his will, it is not by forceful or obligation, no. By his mere will, by his mere wish, he is projecting as he has been manifesting as the universe. That means he is the nimitta karana also. He is the efficient cause also. How? Mayavi iva, Mahayogi iva. Two examples has been given by Shankaracharya. Mayavi iva, just like a magician. Mahayogi are just like a great yogi. Like a magician. What does the magician does? Probably he will have a handkerchief or he will have a small hat. Sometimes nothing he will have. Just in the air, he will create so many things. Now, you have to take this example in a very particular limited way. You should not remember all type of magical tricks, all the magicians, they are good, they are wrong, they are right, it is just a bluffing, all these things. It can come into your mind. You should not take just a magician using the hat is trying to bring some things. Like sometimes he creates a doll, he brings a flowers, he brings a papers, he brings a garland, he brings a small toys, or even the bird, for example. So using a one kerchief or a one hat or something, just finger movements, he's trying to create all these things. So similarly, this Mayavi, who is the Mayavi? The Brahman, just like the Mayavi, the magician creates the objects. So similarly, just he's creating the objects and he's showing to us. So similarly, this Mayavi, the magician is called God here. He is also creating this all these things, the what you say appearances for the jivas. Means we are creating our dream world. How? Because God is the responsible, or by which we have been all this dream world has been created. And Mahayogi and is a great yogi, and how the great yogis create, like that even he has created this world. For example, here one example you can take the Vishwamitra's example. Trishanku, we all know the Trishanku story. Trishanku is the actual name is Satyavrata, who is the who from Solar dynasty and who is the father of Satya Harishchandra. He committed 3 sins. That's why he was been cursed by his guru Vasishta. So he wanted to go to the heaven in this physical body, grass body. Then he went and asked many people, many saints and the great people and all. They said it is not possible. Then when he went to Vishwamitra and he said he has been cursed by Vasishta. Vasishta and Vishwamitra had some misunderstandings and all. The moment when he heard that Vasishta has cursed him, Vasishta has told that he cannot go to the Swarga. Vishwamitra took it as a challenge and he said, if so, I will remove, nullify all your curses, and I will send you to the Swarga by using all my spiritual power. And he did it actually. When this Trishanku went to the Swarga, then he was pushed from the Devatas. You cannot come like this. When he was falling upside down, he shouted from there, and Vishwamitra heard, and then he understood that he has not been allowed into the Swarga. Then he created a alternative Swarga. That's why it's called Trishanku Sthiti, we say. Oh, his state has become Trishanku state. Neither is in the world, nor is in the Swarga, is in between. That means, that's what. So Trishanku Sthiti is neither in this mundane earth, nor in the Swargaloka where Indra and all they stay, but in between he is staying there, which was created by Vishwamitra. So Vishwamitra had a power, special power. He could create the parallel universe or parallel Swargaloka. So keeping that in the mind, Mahayogi Eva. So with their power itself, they are creating one loka called Swargaloka. So like that, the God is creating this thing. So again, you should understand that the Brahman is the Nimitta Karana and Upadana Karana, efficient cause and the material cause. That is what the important message has been explained by here. Now, how did this world come into being? And why did this Bhagavan, why did the Lord or Bhagavan or Brahman or Ishvara created this world at all? If you ask, only we can say one is Svaichaya, his will, his wish. That's the one answer is given. The second is to exhaust our Papa and Punya Karma Phala. Every action has got Papa and Punya. That is good luck and bad luck are Papa and Punya. We all know that. So to exhaust, this world has been created. And the third explanation is given bhoga and apavarga. Bhoga means experience, apavarga means the realization or the emancipation. How that is happened? Until otherwise we experience our karma phala, we cannot get exhausted. And to experience karma phala for any embodied soul, you need this mundane universe. So that's why it has been created or it has been projected. Then when it was created, if you ask, it is definitely, we cannot say when it is, because it is anadi and but it is only santa. It is beginningless, but it can be ended. How? By realizing myself, who am I, or by experiencing myself, or by experiencing the God. And here the one word I said beginning, punaha. Punaha means repeatedly. This creation has been recreated time and again, Punaha, again and again and again and again, again and again. So Kruta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, Kali Yuga, then again Kruta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga, Treta Yuga, Kali Yuga. So like these circles are happening, circle. So our creation, Vedic creation is what? The cyclic nature of creation. Means like circle. For example, you put a straight line or curved line, then we can say where is the beginning and where is the end. Now you draw a circle. In the circle, when the circle is complete, then after drawing a circle, if you call some other person, third person and call, and if you ask, oh, where is the beginning and where is the end, if you ask, they will not be able to tell. I mean, in the perfectly, if you have drawn the circle, I'm saying. So there is no beginning and there is no end. You cannot say that, you cannot locate. So this creation is like a circle, means there is no beginning and there is no end. It keeps on repeating. It keeps on repeating. Then what to do? Just come out from this. Now, what is the Tattvam Asi? What is the Asi? We'll be seeing in the third sloka. Now, there are important takeaway messages from this. One is, what is God? Who is God? What is Brahman? The Tat has been explained here by explaining the nature of creation and etc. That's the one thing. That means whatever exists in the world, behind that, the God and God alone exists. Ishavasyamidam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. Whatever exists in the world, either small or big or microscopic or macroscopic or whatever, everything is what? The Brahman and Brahman alone. The consciousness and consciousness alone. So all the Samadarshi, the great men of wisdom, they see equanimity. They see the whole world with equanimity. How? From this point of view. Because either in the saint and the sinner, either in the Buddha or Angulimala, intrinsically, there is the self alone. The external things which is been because of their nature or character or actions and results, they appear different. That is true in our day-to-day life, but intrinsically, both are self alone, both are Brahman alone. So that's why they're able to see the equanimity with the equanimity or with the equanimous. Now, good and bad, right and wrong, so many things are coming and going. They all belong to mind and body, but if I am not the body and mind, if I am the self, then why to get bothered? Then why to get unnecessarily disturbed? So everything is sacred. There is nothing secular actually so called. So when you understand these lokas, you'll be able to understand and appreciate. The whole world has been projection, or creation of the mind, or projection of the mind. Then why should we get obsessed? Why should we get perturbed? Why should we get disturbed? Why should we get carried over? So much reactions are there. So much our mind is getting perturbed by the situations, by the people, by the things, and etc. etc. It doesn't mean that we should be insensitive. It should not. It doesn't mean that we should be negligent. But what I mean to say, we need not to get perturbed. As a duty, let me do. As my responsibility, let me discharge. But I can be unperturbed in all the given circumstances. Why? Because if I'm able to see from the Brahman lens, then everything is consciousness and consciousness alone exists. That's why all the great people, the great saints, they were not get easily perturbed because they knew what is reality. The whole world is nothing but the Brahman is appearing as the world. Just atoms. For example, I take a book and I place in front of you a book. All of us, we can experience the book. What is book? If you say, oh, book has got, it is a collection of pages. When I ask you to go a little further, then you say the paper is made up of wood. So the wood is appearing in the particular form. Now, the wood is appearing in the particular form with all the chemical processes involved, no doubt. But my eyes are seeing in the particular way. That's why I'm able to see that as a paper. If I see to the birds and animals, their perception or their understanding about the paper will be completely different. Okay, that paper is nothing but the wood. And if I ask you to go still further, then what happens? Wood was nothing but the plant or whatever. And if I go still further, it is nothing but atoms. If I go still further, energy. Atoms in the atoms, what you find? It is an energy. If you go still further, then what? Consciousness. So the consciousness is been manifested as energy, manifested as atoms, manifested as the paper and the wood and the paper and whatnot. Now, this is a simple example I am giving, starting from the book even, just a book. If you take it and keep on discussing, keep on analyzing, sizzling out and going back, you will land into consciousness. So when I am that consciousness, when I'm not the body and mind, there is only consciousness and consciousness alone, then why to suffer? Why to feel bad? Why to get perturbed? Why to get stressed? Why to get annoyed? Isn't it? One can be happy, blissful at all times. Now, please remember, you needn't be comfortable always. You will be have problems, difficulties, loss, because you have heard Vedanta lecture. That doesn't mean that you will not get any of them. You may get all of them. You may experience them. You can rise them. You can rise after them, but you need not to get perturbed. Why? Because you are Brahman and Brahman alone. These are all just projection, or if not, these are all belong to body and mind. Neither you are the body, nor you are the mind, nor I am the body and mind. We are all the self alone. So this is the takeaway message from this second sloka. The whole world is what? The projection. Projection from where? From whom? From what? If you ask, everything is only one answer for us. That is what? Brahman. That's what? Advaita. Dvaita means what? Two. Not two means even including 3, 4, 5, 6, all. Not two. Advaita. Not two. Not two means what? It is only one. Oh, they could have said it is only one. Yes, to say only one, then there should be reference of 2 or 3. Otherwise, there will be no question of saying that there is only one. For an example, there are 10 students in the class. Then only we can say is first, is second, is third, is good, is bad, and comparison comes. If there's only one student, then there's no question of coming 1, 2, 3, or first, second, third, and all. To tell one, we need a reference of 2. So that's why technically the Advaita Vedanta says that there are no two things. There are no two things means not 3, not 4, not 5. There is only one thing. That is what? The Brahman and Brahman alone. Or you can say Brahman, or you can say Atman. From the Gnana point of view, from the Bhakti point of view, they say God or Paramatman or the Supreme Self. So our real nature is what? That Sachidananda. And that alone is real. And that is appearing as this world. So don't get carried over. You went to Kumbh Mela, some of you had a very terrible dream experience. Both of you got up, you shared your memories, you shared your dream experience, but both doesn't have real effect anything. That you understand. Now, what about this waking experience? This is also long dream, big dream. The moment when you understand that, then you will not be perturbed. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu. Yeah. Any questions?
Somebody's put a couple of questions on the chat. If you want, I can read them.
Yeah.
One is, I think you made a notion that you talked about Brahman and time space. He's saying that it's a she. People are saying that it needs more explanation.
Okay.
There's
So
another question, which is how can we relate vacuum to Brahman? I'm sure.
So So now whether you take vacuum or you take anything, so basically you have to understand the theory of creation. Now this theory of creation has been explained only to quench our intellectual hunger or our inquisitiveness. Now this whole world, you experiencing universe. We are all experiencing the universe, the world. Now what is this world is made up of? Or you can say water, you can say earth, you can say sky, minerals, the layers, spheres, all these things. So the Vedanta says that this whole world is made up of the permutation and combination of the 5 elements basically. 5 elements, what is that? One is earth. Earth means soil here, earth element. Then fire, water, air, and the space. Now, this earth has come, so from the grosser, it goes back always to the subtle. Now, the earth comes from where? From water. And water comes from where? Air. Fire. Fire comes from where? Air. Air comes from where? Space. That means the whole world is made up of 5 gross elements, and all the 4 gross elements has come from the subtle element called from the space. Okay. And now the creation has been started. At some point of time, it started created, creation started, it got manifested, and there was a continuous existence. And at the some time, there is called dissolution or pralaya. What is pralaya? From unmanifested state, things came into manifested state. That is what called srushti. And that manifested state continues to existence. That is called sthiti. And from manifested state, again it goes back to the unmanifested state. It is called pralaya or it is called laya. So from unmanifested state, it comes to manifested state, and manifested state to unmanifested state. So all these things are happening from where? It is happening in the space. So that is why the space is the substratum of the creation, which we all know that even today science also accepts. Space and time is what the substratum of the creation. And the space and time has come from where? If you ask, the space and time has come from the Brahman itself. So by experiencing the source, the entire creation process has been given. Maya Kalpita, Desha Kala, by telling that the entire creation process has been explained here. Because I think previous classes I told, to understand Dakshinamurti, so Adi Shankaracharya is thinking you already read Upanishads, you know the theory of creation and all these things. That's why he's only making a mentions by using a few words. He's not going into detail. So you understand. Now, how can we relate vacuum to Brahman? So there is, I mean, everything has come from Brahman when we say, either you can say vacuum or a good or a bad or a right or a wrong. Everything has come from Brahman only. Now, why this multitude or why this changes, if you ask? The only is, there is only the difference in the manifestation of the divinity. Now, what is the difference? Simple example I can give is different species of organisms, multicellular organisms and unicellular organisms. So in the unicellular organism, it is made up of unicell. Multicellular organism, it is further development. So like that, the manifestation of the divinity is less in the subtle things. The manifestation of the divinity is more and more grosser. That's what we say, gross element. So everything has come out from the Brahman, or rather, Brahman is seen as this world with the projection or with the goggles called the time and space. I mean, I didn't go to the explanation. You will understand. For an example, when I say people tree came from the seed, if you say, that means what we can explain in different ways. That's how we all tell. That means people see was existing in the seed. One type of explanation. Oh, the seed has been translated into, the seed has been converted into people tree. Some say that. Or the people tree was embedded, or it was existed in the subtle form in the seed. This is one type of explanation. So the different type of explanations for seed and people tree, isn't it? So similarly, the Brahman has been manifested, has been projected as the universe. How can we tell? The process of creation, Panchikarna, which we read in the Advaita Vedantic text.
Swamiji, one question.
Swamiji?
Hmm.
Sorry. Shall I
Yeah,
ask Swamiji?
Yeah, go ahead.
Swamiji, to the students, when I'm explaining, they started questioning me, how something came out of nothing. So that we said that it's nothing but God only. God has created all this from, because if we have to learn all that, we have to go deeper into our Vedanta and all. I just explained that. That's why I just posed that question. Anyway,
Yes.
I could get some idea about that. Thank you very much, Swamiji, for your nice explanation with examples. But still, how can I explain to the students? Something got created from nothing. Because when we
So, you are
speak
right.
in
We
physics, we
don't
say
say,
that
I mean,
matter and
Shubhaprada, we
energy
don't
are
accept the world has been created out of nothing. That is the Bible concept or the Christian concept. But strictly speaking, we don't accept that the whole world has been created out of nothing. So the whole world has been manifested out of Brahman.
Yes,
Okay.
Swamiji. That's
Now, how
what
to
I just
understand?
said.
I will give a simple example. Now, a child felt a desire to eat the chocolate. Or say, for example, adolescents and youngsters, they wanted a phone, mobile phone. And here the child, I mean, the adolescent or the young went and asked the parents, I want a mobile phone. They said, we cannot get it. Then he pressed it for more. They said very clearly, if you want, you go, you earn, and you get it. Okay, fair enough. He was very challenging personality, was very strong, individualistic personality. He worked, he did a part-time job for a few days, and he, with the EMI, he purchased the mobile, and he's doing a part-time work, and he's paying the money. Now, he's using the mobile. Fine. Using the mobile, fine. Why? Because he wanted, he desired. Now, if you analyze the desire is an object or subject. What is desire? Where is desire? Oh, I desire, we say. Desire is the mind. So the place of the desire is what? The mind or the brain, we say. That's all fine. Now, how can you explain the desire? Just at the most, we can say it's just a thought. Now, the thought has got its own energy, and that has been translated into your action palpatably, isn't it? So one subtle desire can make us to do this. So I had a desire to become a champion. Day in and day out, I worked and I achieved it. Now, if you see my desire, my ambitious quality, ambitious nature, and whatever you say, that it was so subtle. It is a energy, because thoughts are energy. Thoughts have got a lot of energy. We all say that. So thought, energy, then again, it has been converted into action, and we'll be seeing the results. So these are the few examples which we can give. How subtle things by which the gross things can come out. Now, because even the science today accepts the grosser manifestation of the energy is what the matter. The subtle form of the matter is what energy. Yeah, I think, I hope
Yes, Swamiji. Yes, Swamiji. I could get more the clarity. I can explain now to the students that your desire is something which we cannot describe. Like that, we can just take up certain examples and we can
So here
Swamiji,
you can
thank you
tell
so
to
much.
the children, God desired, so this creation has been amassed. So he didn't create, or he didn't, create this world out of nothing. He transferred himself into this world, or he projected this world. He transformed himself into this world. It is very difficult to make them understand, probably very young, children. So you can say that because he's all powerful, with his power, the Maya is nothing but his power. So with his power, he created this universe.
Yes, Swamiji. I just said in another way also, electron we cannot see, but we accept. We are seeing with the help of this microscopes and all, and now we are going into the deeper and deeper. So in that way also we can just think of that God's creation out of that. Like that, I just tried myself. Anyway, thank you so much, Swamiji. I got a better idea, really.
Okay, that's good. Okay. Yeah, Samit?
Yeah, Swamiji, this whole, actually, the desire is a good example. The efficient cause, the explanation for the material cause seemed very logical. But somehow, when they came to the efficient cause, they kind of said it's Mayavadi and Yogi. And I'm unable to understand, because the efficient cause is Brahman, but I'm not able to relate a good explanation to. Uh, is it like God had a desire and that's the efficient cause? Is that the kind of way to look at it?
Yeah, that's the explanation again. Now, for example, the potter. The potter created the pot. I gave an
Correct. So
example. What is
the
the
intelligence of the potter is the efficient cause, right? The understanding
yes.
and the thought process of the potter
So
is
we
the
will make
efficient.
simple. The potter is the efficient cause there. The potter is the efficient cause and the clay is the material cause.
Correct. So in this case, Brahman is the efficient cause, right, for the
Yes.
creation of the world.
Yes.
But why then bring in the magician and the yogi example? I didn't get
The
that.
example is, how did he create? Okay, Brahman is the material cause and efficient cause. For the material cause, the Desha Kala Nimitta, the space and time has been given. That is what the material cause over. Then to explain the Brahman as the efficient cause, the Brahman is the efficient cause. So they give the two examples, like Mahayogi Iva, Mayavi Iva. Now, Mayavi, what he does, he doesn't have anything in his hands. But still he create flowers, he create some things and all. I mean, if you ask something, if you ask pigeon, he may create pigeon. If you ask someone else peacock, he may create. Someone asks star, he creates. So similarly, just like a magician creates things out of, in the air or whatever, just like. So similarly, the world has been created or manifested by this God. Just it is an example to make us understand. Okay, efficient cause, material cause, we can understand this Desha Kala Nimitta and what do you say, five grass elements and all these things, fine. But how he is the cause? Now, the Semitic religions and the deistic, dualistic philosophies, they say that God created. How? By his power. He's all powerful, he creates. Now, if so, then the Advaita Vedanta also have to accept that. Has to answer this question. Okay, you say that efficient cause is also the Brahman. So how is he creating this? One answer
Isn't the projection power of Maya, which essentially which transforms, Brahman, or which manifests Brahman into material, right?
Yes.
Material world. That
Yes.
is the how, right? Why then bring in a very unnatural, non-Advaitic explanation, right? That it has happened by magic.
Yes, you are right. It has got its limitations. So there probably you can take that Svechaya, Svaichaya, by his mere will, this world was created. Because of his will, the world was created. If he had not have a will, probably the world would not have been created. So that's how he is the efficient cause also. Now, as I said,
in a way, it is referring to more the will and the desire, and hence that explanation. Understood.
Yes, yes. Now the
I think there's one more question in the chat.
Yeah, I'm seeing. Yeah, now you see this creation and the destruction, you have to understand very carefully. Now the Puranas language gives a different picture. Now, though we use the same word like creation, sustenance, and the destruction we don't use, dissolution we use, means actually what is what? I mean, that means it is from unmanifested state coming to manifested state is what creation. And the manifested state has been continued for some time, status quo. That is called sthiti, sustenance. And from the manifested state, again things are going back to unmanifested state, which is called dissolution or pralaya. Pralaya means what? Prakarsha rupena laya. So laya means dissolution. So this keeps on happening. Now the question might come for many of you, Swamiji, when you say the Brahman alone is real, the world itself is an appearance, the world itself is a projection, then why to speak of this Srushti, Sthiti, Pralaya, or why to bring up these yugas, all these things? Now, how much ever we say Brahman alone exists and nothing else, still people keep on asking, then what about this world? Then what about this rain? then what about this yuga, or what about this time, etc., etc. So at that given point of time, okay, just assume the world is to be there. Okay, then what is the process of this world? If you ask, just like we have got a day and night, then morning, early morning, then afternoon, then evening, then night. Similarly, there's a like cycle. So similarly, there's a cycle called Srushti Sthiti Pralaya. This is the process from which, from unmanifested state, it comes to manifested state, and from manifested state, it goes to unmanifested state. So that process is called Srushti Sthiti Pralaya. Now, if you think that the world is a reality, or at the given point, if you have a reality, all this comes into picture. Now you have to understand. For you, the Brahman and Brahman alone exist, and the world is just, it is a projection out of the mind. If you take, then nothing matters, and you need to take care of Srushti Sthiti Pralaya, and you need to bother about all these things also. Only at given point of time, considering this world to be real, just to answer the questions of the people, all these stands and all these explanations are given.
One of the very best sessions I have attended, Maharaj. Let me tell you, it is just wonderful, brilliant session.
Okay, thank you. It was some helpful for you.
Good evening, Maharaj. I have only one doubt. I couldn't get it properly. Advaita is specified to only one or more than one, Maharaj?
Only one.
Okay, thanks, Maharaj. And given that desire example is very nice, Maharaj. I got it very much. Thanks.
Yeah, Shubhaprada, probably if you ping message yourself to the summit, then there is a group. They will add you into the group. So next, every Tuesday we have got classes same time, but sometimes classes will be off because of my not availability. So when classes are there, when classes are not there, you'll be able to know. So Samit has posted the number. You can ping a message, then he will add into the group. Then all the things will be added. Yeah.
I'm just giving my number, Swamiji.
Yeah, Samit will help you in that matter. Is it okay, Samit? Yeah, okay. Have a good day.
Dhanyavad, Swamiji. Pranam, Swamiji.